Hi everyone, so today my sister and I will be doing a review on the Kringle Candle Reserve candle in the scent Pumpkin Spice Latte. This is their large 2-wick tumbler, 22 ounces. The retail price is $34. However, I got this when, surprisingly, the Reserve candles went on sale. It was either for 20 or 30% off select scents. To go back to the candle, this is made in the USA with 100% soy wax with cotton wicks. The scent description listed online reads, Pumpkin Spice Latte is the essence of cozy fall mornings where warm nutmeg and cinnamon blend seamlessly with rich coffee and spicy clove. A creamy vanilla base adds a smooth, indulgent finish, perfect for savoring the season. Top notes, nutmeg, cinnamon. Mid notes, coffee, clove, base, vanilla, cream. All right, so sister, what do you think that this candle smells like on cold to you when we first received it?
Oh, I really liked it. It was very creamy vanilla with a hint of pumpkin. Very promising.
And then for me, I thought much of the same. It seemed like a basic, like a creamy pumpkin spice latte with a lot of vanilla. And I also really enjoyed it. On cold, before my sister burned it at all, I detected a little bit of coffee, but I think the note after the creaminess that stood out to me was definitely the pumpkin mixed with the spices, but that's because I'm someone who doesn't like pumpkin spice latte or a lot of clove, nutmeg. Surprisingly, I didn't get much cinnamon. All right, so on cold, I would say that this is medium or medium strong, so 7 out of 10. Would you agree with that?
Yes, and I actually forgot to make a note of that. I didn't really get any of the coffee on cold.
Oh, okay.
Just vanilla cream foam.
Okay.
Or whipped cream.
And then I wrote a note in case you forgot that you mentioned that it was a creamier, more milky version of the Starbucks pumpkin spice latte before you burned it.
Oh,
like if your kids didn't really care for spices and you got this toned down version without much coffee, light roast perhaps.
Oh, yeah, I forgot I mentioned that.
And then for me, I wrote this down too, is that this is one that definitely transforms when you go to burn it. Would you agree?
Definitely.
All right, so let's talk about how it smells like burning. I'll start off with you.
Oh, me. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the first burn smelled just like the initial first impressions of vanilla-y or milky, creamy, with a hint, like, with a little bit of pumpkin. No, I couldn't really detect the coffee that much. That was my entire first burn.
And then for me, I wrote down some notes, is that the candle pulled out within 45 minutes, no issues at this point. I don't think my sister, have you had any issues seeing any visible soot emitting from the candle?
I can't see that well.
Oh, okay.
But, and also it's kind of like dark, so it's kind of hard to see. But when I turned it off, last night, or no, sorry, I didn't burn it last night. The day before, it was a little like how would I say it?
There was some wax discoloration?
Yeah. I'm trying to say that the wax, maybe when it's like,
solidifying?
Yeah, when it's solidifying, maybe it changes color a little bit, or maybe it was because I turned it off at night. I didn't have that much light.
Okay.
And also, yeah, the dark color of the container maybe gave the illusion of it, but then when you gave the candle for me to smell before you burned it today, I got a little whiff of a little, not soot, but like toastiness.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so right now my sister's maybe about 30% of the way left to burn. And I feel like sometimes these reserve candles, the wax can get a little discolored, and it does smell slightly more toasty, I would say, but not scorched or anything at this point.
I don't think I noticed that with well, then again, I don't think I fully used one of these candles. I feel like you've given me like the jelly donut and some other ones to burn in my room for a little bit, but I don't think I I don't think I've ever finished one.
Okay.
So this is my first experience with that.
Okay. So then while burning, since my sister's burning this primarily in her, I would say small bedroom. I normally burn it in my medium-sized bedroom. I would give this a 7 out of 10. However, it was weaker in my bedroom. It was maybe about a 6 out of 10. What strength level would you give it while burning?
I don't give 7s, so so I think it's more of an 8 than a 6.
Okay. And then the projection, I would give it a 6.5 because it does fill up her space when I walk by. In my medium-sized bedroom, I would give it more of like a low 6 because it didn't really it doesn't really travel much. But I think I'm more tuned into the fragrance because I don't care for the heavy nutmeg clove combination. And I do pick up this pumpkin note that I don't really like. And I think that's why it appears to be a little bit stronger for projection. Do you think it projects in your opinion?
Well, it fills up my room, but when you had it burning in yours and I walked in, I had to go in a little bit more into your room to actually smell it.
But what would you give it in your room?
In my room, I think it's solid.
Okay.
I mean,
so like medium?
Yeah, medium.
All right, so here's an overhead view of how the candle looks like. If you can see, at least while it's burning, you can't really tell that the wax is discolored. However, it's not that creamy white color that it normally starts off with. The scent has slightly changed. There's no mushroom fallout, and there's no visible instances of like sooting or like little puffs emitting, and there's no like wick fallout. Also, I have to say that my sister, she normally has these burning for at least 6 hours or so. I normally keep my burn time, even with Kringle candles, under 4. So again, that might be a potential factor as to why it's smelling a little bit more toasty. Do you want to describe how the candle smells to you while burning? I think you said that you get a lot of coffee, which is one of the things that I have a differing opinion. But let's go with yours.
Okay, so I think I already mentioned, but the first burn, very like creamy, vanilla, milk, with a little bit of pumpkin. Every subsequent burn after that has just been coffee. The vanilla has left the building. Forget the creamer. It's all about the coffee. And I don't know if it's because the coffee is like very strong and all the other notes are just have fallen to the wayside. But that's all I'm getting is like maybe like a medium to dark roast coffee. I have to say this coffee has dimension though. Like it's not just a flat
basic coffee.
No. This seems like it would be sold at like at a hotel or like you have to pay money for this.
Like
not just at the corner, like Starbucks.
Yeah.
No, Starbucks is expensive, but I feel like they just didn't just put some powdered like coffee into some water and that's it. Okay. They did something to it.
And then I want to chime in because I have some little differing opinions. I know pumpkin isn't listed in the notes. However, I pick it up, but I think it might just be that slight pumpkin note, but with the combination of the nutmeg and the clove, because the coffee note to me isn't as apparent, but I think it's because the heavy spice notes, but it's not like cinnamon red hot. It's a scent that I don't really enjoy, so I detect it right away.
It might be the nutmeg.
I think it might. I think
because
it is
I love
nutmeg.
Clove and I really like that smell, but I feel like maybe it's heavy on the nutmeg.
I think so because surprisingly, cinnamon isn't noted in the middle, top, bottom notes, but it is noted in the blurb, and I don't pick up a spicy cinnamon or a sweet cinnamon.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, and going back to that, yeah. So I don't pick up on the coffee note that the heavy 100% kind of coffee note that my sister picks up on, but I get what she's saying where this isn't a basic like 7-Eleven coffee, or it lacks the sweetness that the pumpkin spice latte from Starbucks is. And I believe in one of the reviews I read, someone mentioned that it was very sweet and like a syrupy pumpkin spice latte, and I would kind of disagree with that because this doesn't smell sweet really to me. Does it smell sweet to you or like a syrup?
No, and I'm trying to compare it to like the Starbucks pumpkin spice. No, I feel like in my opinion, the pumpkin spice from Starbucks, you can taste the pumpkin. You definitely can taste the sweetness. They put a lot of pumps in there. That one is more like a sweet coffee, like pumpkin.
Like a latte with milk?
Yeah, yeah. This one reminds me more of just a cafe latte. It's just coffee with a little bit on the top of like the vanilla foam or some type of like coffee foam on the top.
And I think it did burn away after the first burn.
And after like, we've been talking about it for like, how long have I been burning this? Like a few weeks?
I would say like at least 2 weeks.
At least 2 weeks. And then it hit me one time. I was like, oh my God, this candle is a representation of that, basically, of a cafe latte. Like my first burn was the foam part at the top, and then it left, and then all I'm getting is just the coffee.
Yeah. And then also I feel like Bath and Body Works has their own pumpkin spice latte, and I would have to say that that one smells very different from this. The pumpkin spice latte from Bath and Body Works is very heavy on the cream vanilla note. If you want to purchase this because you like the Bath and Body Works one, I would say that this is definitely different. The coffee note does smell elevated, like there's different layers, how my sister was saying, but it's a coffee that I feel like it's so, I don't know, so high end, and I'm not a coffee connoisseur that I don't enjoy it. I just enjoy basic coffees with a lot of milk, and this isn't it.
I think for me, it was more of this is not what I was expecting. I mean, I knew it probably, initially I was like, oh my God, where's the coffee? But I mean, I feel like if it's like sweet or creamy stuff, I don't mind a candle being like that. But it went completely like 180 to like, we got some like very robust coffee, and the sweetness and creaminess just left, like it's gone. So I was just very surprised, and I don't think this is a well-balanced pumpkin spice. I think this is more just coffee with cream. I just recently finished the CBD pumpkin spice candle. Now that one, like I felt was no coffee, basically.
Coffee. Very creamy.
No coffee, but it was very pumpkin-y. Pumpkin, like, but not too. It was a well-balanced one. But maybe that one should have been pumpkin spice either, because there was no coffee. But I think that one, I'm more like, if there was no coffee, okay, that's cool. So I think if you're a coffee lover, I think this would be a good one to have, because it's not like Paris Cafe.
Where it's like a bitter burnt
Yeah,
coffee.
that one's like a very bitter, like they like burned, or like they boiled it, or I don't know. They just keep reusing it or something.
Or for me, it just seems like they're kind of like reusing the same pot. And And the coffee grounds just keep getting like burnt more and more. Let me go ahead and change the angle, and we'll follow up on our thoughts. All right, so here's a front view of the Reserve candle. One thing that I have to say is that I like that now the Reserve candles aren't fully opaque. You can kind of see the flame. This is how much my sister has burned. There was only one time that the flames had issues, but that was user error because she trimmed it a bit too much. But now I would say that the flames aren't super high and aren't super low, so they're a solid medium. What do you think? Does the picture do a good justice?
No, because I didn't really get any pumpkin.
Oh, you don't?
No, even like on cold, the first burn and every burn since, I like in the beginning, it was a little bit of pumpkin with a bunch of cream or foam or whip or whatever that is. Sorry, I'm getting a little tongue-tied. But basically, all I would smell is the coffee. I don't know if it was just so, if my nose was just picking up just that scent. All the other scents, if pumpkin was there, I wasn't picking it up at all. So for me, a good pumpkin spice is like a good mixture of coffee, with pumpkin, like some spices, and of course with like a nice like foam whipped cream at the top. But this one is just mainly coffee to me, with now that you mentioned when we were talking about the spices, nutmeg, because like I can distinguish it because I make capirotada like for Christmas and for New Year's. So, but nutmeg is one that I don't really like consume or like put in my drinks. So maybe that's why I couldn't really like pick it up, and all I was getting was coffee. But yeah, no, I feel like this candle could be year round. I think it'd be so I don't think it's specific to like fall, hence the pumpkin spice.
So you think you could burn this candle year round?
Yeah, I think you could burn it year round. And I think this would be really good candle for anyone who loves coffee, like to just have another different coffee candle in your collection.
What about people who like basic coffee scents?
This might be a little too exotic. Especially if you're going specifically for like the name Pumpkin Spice and you're expecting the picture, it's not the picture. You're not going to get the picture.
Oh, before I forget, I think also I might be getting, if pumpkin isn't listed in here, which I wouldn't know because that would be a scent note that isn't called out. It might be that the nutmeg or one of the spices that are in here are just leaning a bit earthy, because the pumpkin note that I think I'm picking up on isn't a sugary pumpkin. It's not a craft store pumpkin. It's like an earthy pumpkin. There might be some dirt. It's kind of like a fresh pumpkin.
Oh, like it's almost in the garden still? It's on the vine?
Like it's by some dirt maybe. And I think that's maybe because of the spice notes. I personally wouldn't repurchase this, and I don't think I would recommend it because I don't enjoy it. I mainly picked this up for my sister, but I'm glad that she's burning it and I'm not. What do you think? Would you repurchase this or recommend it?
I would recommend it if you really like coffee. If like, you know, how you say, coffee connoisseur, you're into different coffee candles and you want something more than just like a basic coffee note.
Something more, I was going to say, not gourmand,
robust. How that person said robust coffee.
Yeah, like you're a person that likes to have coffee from different parts of the world, different beans.
Yeah, different beans. Do you want it like pressed coffee, like dripped coffee? I don't know. I like coffee, but you know, I'm not that into it.
So why didn't you like this? If you kind of take away the name Pumpkin Spice Latte and you just take it for what it is, like a coffee scent,
I think I would have liked it more. I think it's because I was expecting a Starbucks pumpkin spice, and I got just, I want to say a high-end cafe latte, basically.
So you wouldn't repurchase it?
Probably not, just because it's a lot of wax. Maybe I'd get it in like a smaller one, but also I'm just looking at the collection and I'm like, I gotta get through some of the other stuff. But yeah, I feel like if you like coffee candles, this would be a good one for you to try out. But if you're going for like that seasonal, you know, holiday drink, I don't think this is the candle for you.
Okay. Yeah, so it seems like a one and done fragrance. My sister liked it slightly more than I did. I kind of didn't care for it at all. But so far it's burning pretty decently. No real issues. Have you had any issues with this candle at all? Just besides that like slight roasty smelling.
Also like when I accidentally trimmed it too much.
Okay.
And then we had that, you know, it was turning itself off. But I feel like now, I don't know if I've gotten used to the smell, but I feel like the scent isn't as powerful as the previous burns.
Oh, okay.
So it's getting toned down a little bit.
Okay, so sometimes with Kringle candles, sometimes they start off weak or less strong, and then they amp up as you get lower down. And sometimes it's the opposite. So I definitely do have to say that I noticed it less when I walk by your room. So yeah, just take that into consideration, that this candle might start off strong, but it's not going to perform exactly the same all the way down.
I actually like it a little bit more toned down. I feel like it's a nice background one, especially now that it's we're heading to fall, or I think we're technically already in fall, but it's still, you know, nice and warm in California. But this seems like a nice like background, like you're just, you know, what is it, like a mood setter kind of thing?
For like, you don't have to think about it.
Yeah. And before it was very prominent? Like in your face, very prominent. Like I couldn't, and different wasn't my wallflower plug. But now I'm actually I'm warming up to it a little bit more. But I think it's just more of like expectations versus reality.
Like this wasn't what I signed up for, what I paid for, what I wanted to buy.
What you paid for, yeah.
Oh, that's right, because I purchased this.
Yeah, but I feel like if instead of a pumpkin spice, it was just like a regular, just like, I don't know, call it whatever coffee. No, actually you can't, because there's like if you couldn't call it like a caramel macchiato or anything, because there's no caramel in here, but basically just like a coffee with like a little foam at the top. Yes, that would be a good representation of what
like
this candle.
spiced coffee or something.
You know what I'm thinking? Like, yeah, like some maybe nutmeg coffee, or like with the whipped cream and then some nutmeg sprinkles at the top.
Okay. All right. So I think we're kind of rambling at this point. Thanks so much for listening to our review. This is the first time that I had my sister on because she's the one that's mainly been bringing this candle. Let us know if you have any questions, and I hope you have a great day. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.